Hi everyone, it's Daniel Chin, the founder of Chin Properties and Chin Property Advisors Brokerage. And today I would like to share with you more RLM wealth tips for real life matters. And I would be sharing with you 3 wealth tips today. The first being follow truly wealthy and successful people. The second is don't be afraid to press the button and execute. And the third wealth tip is take care of your investments and your investments will take care of you. So the first wealth tip being follow truly wealthy and successful people, right? Is because most of us, when we all have to start somewhere. And in most cases, we start with very little capital and we don't know a lot of people. For me, about 10 years ago, I didn't have any real estate background in my family and I didn't have anyone doing real estate investing. So certainly it was a whole new pathway I had to create, and I had to stop thinking very traditional and conventional and start thinking more conventional and thinking differently. So I didn't have any mentor or anyone to show me the ropes. What I had to do is go to the library, read books for free, and there's only so much you can learn from the books. But when I got started in real estate, I went and I worked for a very big real estate developer, and he also had his own real estate brokerage to sell his condo development projects. And he would invite me to the real estate trade shows and conferences, and I would learn a lot by observation. I would see how he would communicate with people and how he would deal with people, and also when he went on the big stage to do his presentations, it was very captivating and it was full of passion because he knew his projects very well. And 2 things what I learned from that is knowing your vision and what is the big picture, and also having product knowledge and confidence. And from that experience, I learned a lot from observation, and you have to really follow people that are truly wealthy and successful. Because in real estate investing, believe it or not, there is a lot of people who they're not really the real deal, and they have a pretense, or they put on a facade like they're doing very well. And sometimes, if they say if it's too good to be true, then it's really too good to be true, and it's not as they don't look as successful as you think. So you really have to follow people that are truly wealthy and successful. And that's what I did when I went out there. I was able to get out of my shell and get uncomfortable and meet a lot of people to know who are the ones who are the real deals and who are the fakers or who are the shakers, like they say. So you have to follow people that are truly wealthy and successful, and when you will find yourself learning a lot in from these people. And if you come across some bad ones, don't give up, just keep putting yourself out there, and eventually you can find good ones. Because I can tell you from personal experience, there are good people out there, and people who are truly wealthy and successful, they are very giving, they're very generous. However, you have to be very respectful of their time. And when you learn from their experiences, right, that can help you a lot, because it has helped me when I didn't have a mentor, or someone from my family to show me the ropes. I didn't have anyone, and I had to learn and figure things out on my own. So follow people that are truly wealthy and successful, and you will become very wealthy and successful. The second is, don't be afraid to press the button and execute. As I've always said, if you're afraid to take risk, you never become wealthy, and you can have all of the education in the world, master degree and all types of degree, but if you do nothing, you will get nothing. So in my book, The Manifested Millionaire, chapter 3, Take Risk, a lot of them, I shared my story with my first real estate acquisition, and it was the scariest. And I remembered it like it was yesterday. About a decade ago, for 10 months, I searched and looked at over 100 properties in downtown Hamilton. And around December month, I actually found a duplex which was, move-in ready. Everything was done. No renovations were needed, and it was 2 separate apartments, one above, one below. And however, there was already an offer that was signed and accepted by another buyer. So I felt, another deal, and I'm a bit too late, because I took about a week late, to actually press the button and execute. However, on Christmas Eve of that year, on that day, the seller real estate agent called me, and he said, "Mr. Chin, I have good news for you. The other buyer could not get financing. Therefore, the property is going to go back on the market. So would you like to put in an offer?" And I got really excited. However, I was very nervous because I was afraid to take risk and lose money. It was a lot of money for me, and the property was around $167,000, and it was a lot of money for me. So I spent, a lot of time analyzing the deal over and over, and I had to keep telling myself, right, there is no emotions. You can't have emotions, Daniel, in investing, right? And I analyzed the numbers to death, and to help me to actually went forth with it. And I did put in an offer, and then on Christmas Day, it did get accepted because the numbers, it made sense, and it was cash flowing about $400 at that point in time. And I stuck with it, but it was I was staying up till about 4 in the morning analyzing the numbers to death, couldn't sleep, and I was thinking of all these things that I couldn't control, right? Such as, what interest rates am I gonna get with the bank, and who is the lawyer I'm gonna have to find to close the deal, or which home inspector can I use, because I didn't know anybody. It was my first real estate acquisition. So it was the scariest, but what I can tell you, the end result after acquiring that first rental property for $167,000, almost 10 years later, I still hold the property today, and the property is over $500,000. So there is good, right? When it comes to not being afraid to take risk, and that's how you really become wealthy. Don't be afraid to press the button and execute, right? The whole story is in chapter 3 of the Manifested Millionaire book, which I wrote, and it came out August last year. Take risk, a lot of them. So the third wealth tip is, take care of your investments, and your investments will take care of you. In the beginning, when you don't have a lot of capital, and you will find that you have to do a lot of the repairs and maintenance in your properties on your own, if you can, to save some money, right? And when with the same story with the first rental property. I was doing all the repairs and maintenance on my own. Sometimes, for instances, the toilet filler valve may be not working properly, and it became defective and it has to change, and I would change the water filler valve. Sometimes it can be the thermostat is not reading the temperature properly in the apartments, and you have to resolve that issue. Or it can be the hot water tank, right? In some occasions, right, because it is more than 10 years old, it doesn't have hot water, and you have to address all of these problems immediately, because when you let problems sit, and it will just turn into a bigger problem. So you have to be on top, stay on top of all of these things in the day-to-day operations in property management. So if you take care of your investments will take care of you. And when problems are resolved or addressed immediately, right, that the tenants will be, and you provide that exceptional service to the tenants will have that peace of mind, and they are the paying customer, and they will be extremely happy because you took care of things immediately, and they would have that peace of mind, and they will be extremely happy with where they live. So when you take care of your investments will take care of you. And what I can tell you from that same first, property acquisition, right? The cash flows, I can tell you, you can see the fruits of your labor, and when problems are resolved, you don't have to deal with it anymore, but the cash flows, right, would be your income that will take care of you. And of course, if you have assembled or acquired rental properties for retirement planning, then of course, which some individuals or families have done, which I've seen, it is your retirement. So you have to think about it like it is a business, and you have to treat it like a business. And when you take care of your investments and your tenants as well, your investments will take care of you. So these are the 3 wealth tips, RLM wealth tips for you, and I hope that these wealth tips can help you to create wealth wherever you are. If you are starting off and you don't have a lot of capital, you don't have a mentor or a role model, or you just don't know how or what to do, hopefully these wealth tips can help you to create success and wealth in your life, and of course to create a better life for yourself and your family. So thank you very much for listening, and have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you very much.